Now, folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right in the top of the carousel our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs. He's going to be doing a webinar this coming Saturday. It's going to be Saturday morning. We haven't done a webinar in a long time on a Saturday morning. It's going to be from 9 to 10:30. And I know many of you know Bud. Bud is the channel king, is the primary trading range king. His workshops are absolutely phenomenal. If you go over to the front page of TFNN, you're going to see Protect and Profit, a strategy for the impending market correction. You're going to get an executive summary and the webinar, all of that, folks. Saturday morning, it's only $99. And, you know how we've come down the last few days. If you want to basically have something that is common sense, as Bud walks you through it, gives you the executive summary, check it out. Right now, we're going to talk to our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs. Bud Rolfs, what's going on?
Tommy O'Brien, it's good to be back with the TFNN Tigers.
You never left. You know how this goes, Bud. It's Hotel California. It's a beautiful thing, man. Once we got you back, that was it, man.
That's right. Once a tiger, always a tiger.
Hey, listen. You get your helmet?
I got my helmet. I've got my fatigues on here, and I am ready for battle.
So,
and,
Bud, you've taught us so much about channel lines and primary trading lines. I mean, it is a mind blower how these things work. So there's plenty of new listeners out there. Can you just give us a little rundown of, how these channel lines work and how these primary trading ranges work?
Exactly.
And then we'll talk about the market. But I think it's really crucial for folks to understand that they take, here, tell us about them.
Well, folks, just in a nutshell, price is not this chaotic, unguided missile that you may think it is. A lot of people will look at the movement of stock prices and say there's no rhyme or reason to it. It goes all over the place. It's crazy. Well, stock prices do not move in straight lines, but they move between straight lines, and those straight lines are always either going diagonally.
Yes.
And those are channels, and those are either going up or down in uptrend channels or downtrend channels. And if they're not going up or down in uptrend or downtrend channels, they're going sideways between what we call primary trading range boundaries. And every stock has these identifiable primary trading ranges, and these are very strong. They're the strongest levels of support or resistance, depending on which way price is moving. And I can identify those with my system, and those are just as strong as these channel lines. And I always call it, Tom, it's like those old 1950s and 60s movies, King Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Channels and the primary trading ranges are like King Kong and Godzilla. They're always fighting for control of price.
Okay.
And it's always a war between the diagonals and the horizontals. Okay?
Yes.
And you've got to be able to overlay both of them to see who's in control when of the price. And if you can see and overlay both the channels and the horizontals, you get the full roadmap, and you can see exactly what the price is doing and why it's doing it.
Yeah, what's so cool, too, folks, okay, is that they take a long time to line up. But it's so cool, as you say in your executive summary, and I mean, I know them because I know you so well, and you're so good at this, that where they're actually lined up ahead of time. And so that's when you see where the battle sets up. And, of course, the bottom line is that whether you have a diagonal or a horizontal channel, when you're coming to the tops or bottom of those, it's really crucial to understand what we're doing, right?
That's right. They are like in your ABCs that you talk about to folks.
Yes.
These channels and these PTRs, they not only help you understand, but they're predictive. Okay, you can look ahead just like a roadmap that you get from AAA. They help you map out the future, and you can see not only where you are, but where you're going to go.
Now, let me ask you this. We've been working together a long time. And, what happens, folks, is this, okay? Inside, whether it's fundamental analysis or technical analysis, you always learn more as you go along. When did you come up with the concept, which I absolutely agree with that. When you get oversold, what happens, folks, is this, and you'll see this in Bud's work. Okay, it's really cool. Let's say you got oversold, then you're going to get overbought. If you get overbought, you're going to get oversold. And I'm talking on a much longer term basis. When did you come up with that?
Well, I started to look at the path. Again, I started looking at prices, and I realized the prices travel in these channels.
Right.
And then I started to raise it up and look at markets, and I realized then that markets do the same thing that individual stocks do, sectors do, and markets do themselves, and that markets travel in these channels and have also primary trading ranges as well.
Hey, you stay right there. My man, Mr. Bud Rolfs, Tom O'Brien. We're going to be coming right back, folks. Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 10, NASDAQ up 33, S&P's up 6.5 points. We're talking with our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs, and what we're talking about, folks, is that Bud's going to be doing a webinar. It's this Saturday morning. It's timely as you can get. It's going to be from 9 to 10:30 in the morning. Specifically, what this webinar is going to be about is how to protect and profit, a strategy for an impending market correction. And that goes both ways, folks. If you're out there and you have portfolios, Bud will walk. Well, Bud, tell us what you're going to do in this webinar.
Well, Tom, let me just take you back a little bit. Last year, in March of last year, I did a webinar, and I talked about a couple of things. One, I talked about the NASDAQ was going to make a 1,400-point move because it had broken out of a trading range, and it was going to go to the 4,200 area. And guess what, folks? That NASDAQ made that 1,400-point move and completed that trading range move. I also did a Doppler radar report for 6 months last year, the last 6 months of the year.
Yes.
And I told all the people that got that report that we had done a head fake, and it looked like we were going to do a correction last year, but I told them throughout the last 6 months, no correction last year. We were going higher, but look for the correction toward the end of the first quarter. Let me tell you, Tom, the correction is here. The 2014 correction has started. You hear all these talking heads on TV. Is it started? Are we going to have a correction? No, we're not. Buy stocks. The buy on the dips. Let me tell you something. We're into the 2014 correction, and I'm going to show it to you in spades. I'm going to show you where we are in the correction, and I'm going to show you exactly where the correction is going on the NASDAQ and the S&P and in a couple of key sectors. I'm going to show you where we are. I'm going to show you the steps the correction will take. I'm going to show you how deep it's going to go and how we will know when it is over. That will be the roadmap ahead of you, so you'll know where we are and where we're going to go. And then I'm going to show you the best strategies to use and when to use them so that you're not only going to avoid being a victim, but you're going to be victorious. You're going to make money, not just avoid losing money. You're going to make money in this correction if you just follow along. It's going to be all laid out for you, a 90-minute webinar. If you send in, folks, it's only $99. If you send in, you're going to get an executive summary of it, so you have between now, as soon as you send in the $99, you're going to get a copy of the executive summary of it that lays out you have between now and the workshop Saturday to look at it and let it sink in, and then we'll do the 90-minute webinar, and then you'll get a full copy of the notes from the webinar, and then you'll have 30 days in the archives to review it and look at the webinar again, the 90-minute webinar, review it and look at it as many times as you want. So there's a lot of value here, folks, in what we're going to give you. I'm going to give you the roadmap to victory, where we are, where we're going with this correction. It's already started. You don't want to be any later than you already are. You want to know how to beat this thing and how to be victorious in 2014. It's all going to be laid out for you Saturday, April 12th, 9 to 10:30. Protect and profit, a strategy for the impending market correction.
And, you know, folks, when you get this executive summary, I mean, it's extensive. It's extensive in a huge way. And if you haven't had seen Bud's channels or PTRs, it is very clear. The clarity inside of these are amazing. You know, math itself is amazing, isn't it, Bud? It blows my mind. I mean, it's like we know that they like traveling in these channels. They like highways, folks. That's what they like, okay? And when you put them together, it's like, man, oh, man. And, you know, as I said earlier, they take a while to come together, but the clarity inside them is really cool. And in this particular case, you know, like right now I got the comp up on a quarterly. And it's amazing, folks, when you actually look at even the comp on the quarterly. You know, from 2009, we're at 1265. We go straight up to 4371. So just, a normal correction, folks, okay, can be a monster. This is very unusual when you've just gone straight up for that many years. So come to the front page of our website at TFNN. You're going to see our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs, right there. It's Protect and Profit, a strategy for the impending market correction. It's only $99. You get the summary. You're going to get Bud for an hour and a half. It's going to be on your webpage for 30 days. And, you know, at the same time, folks, we do have that Tiger Dollar sale going. So if you want to get Tiger Dollars and make it a little less expensive, you can do that. Well, Bud, we're looking forward to it, no doubt. I can tell you that that it actually blows my mind that when you did this last one, that the NASDAQ actually went, you know, not only to 1,400 points, it went 1,600, which is a total mind blower. But that's what it did. And you know,
it's amazing. The NASDAQ, folks, was in the 1,400 point trading range for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years it cycled in a 1,400 point trading range, and it went 1,400 points in the last 12 months.
Right. I know. Amazing. And, hey, listen, let's talk about the IBB a bit, because I know, you know, biotech's upside down, okay? You know, looking at the IBB, right, you know, pretty wild, right?
Well, I will tell you this. As you know, Tom, all men are created equal, but not all sectors are created equal. And what gets more attention as a sector and more investment dollars pays it back more, too. And the IBB is the NASDAQ biotech, and biotechs have been one of the areas that has really paid tremendous dividends to investors. Really has been a gold mine. Well, it's going to pay it back in spades, because the overall markets are going to correct, but that biotech sector is going to correct much heavier than the regular markets are, the broad markets. Yeah, no, I mean, you can see the expansion up was amazing, and of course how he came off that high was pretty intense too. Do you know what I mean? That's right. And there are sectors that are going to be safer, and there are sectors that are going to pay a heavier toll here. And again, you know, we're going to lay some of that out for you, and you're going to be able to see some of that in the Saturday webinar. Yeah, totally. Well, listen, folks, you can come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see Bud on the very front page, right in the carousel. You can check it out. It's this Saturday morning. It's from 9 to 10:30. Let's go. You get a couple tigers out here that want to say hi to you, Bud. Let's go to Rick in Largo. Hey, Rick, what's going on? Rick. Hello, Rick.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, it's nice to hear you back on the warpath.
I am. That's my trading system, folks, the warpath. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I've been to the last two webinars that you've done, and I've been very impressed, and I'll be there on Saturday. I just want to say hey, and thank you for your knowledge.
Hey, Rick, I appreciate it. You know, I'm an old warrior. I'll give you a couple of lines. So as through a glass and darkly the age-long strife I see, where I fought in many guises, many names, but always me. You know who wrote that?
Who?
That was my buddy General George S. Patton, 1918.
Yeah, there's that West Point coming out in you, right? No
That's
doubt.
right.
No doubt. We missed Patty's limericks as well.
Hey, Rick, thanks so much, man. We got Rob in Orlando. Hey, Rob, what's going on?
Hi, Bud. Hi, Tom. I have a question. I attended the webinar last year.
Yes.
And I thought that it was going to go, and I thought that you mentioned that it was going to go up there, but in 3 years. The 3 years condensed to 1 year, the blue-out path of how farther can it go?
Well, he's telling you, it's going to be in a correction right now. But you stay right there. We'll come right back. This is Bud Rolfs, Tom O'Brien. We get Rob from Orlando. We're going to come right back, folks. Welcome back, folks. We're talking with our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs. And Bud's going to be doing a webinar this coming Saturday morning, 9 to 10:30. We just had Rob from Orlando, and Rob had gone to the last one. He was asking Bud that when he had done the webinar, that he thought that the actual expansion was going to take longer than it did. So we got this expansion in a year, right, Bud?
Yeah, the reason, you know, we guess the timing and a lot
I'm with
in
you.
technical analysis.
But that's pretty amazing. I know what you're saying, though. Right. Okay.
It took from April of 2009 till July of 2012 to go from the bottom of its trading cycle, its old trading range,
right,
to the top of and launch for this move up to the next trading range. So it was 3 years, right?
Yes.
So I guessed that it would take 3 years to get to the top of the new trading range.
Yeah.
But did it in 1 year. I mean,
you know what's so cool? What's so cool about that, though, is that all it really does is set up a huge amount of opportunity for trading both sides of the marketplace, right?
Exactly. That's right. We can't tell the speed at which something's going to go.
Yeah.
We just can't tell how many wrinkles there'll be in the travel plan. You know.
You know what's interesting is that when you look, and I have the NASDAQ up right now, folks. If you're looking at the Tiger TV, and you know what Bud talks about it many times, that you get the breakout. We got the breakout. The first breakout, what was in February, right? Comes back and tests it in June. Breaks topside again in September and tests it again in November, and then never look back, right?
No corrections in 3 years. That's the.
Right.
I mean,
right.
You know, no major corrections here. So
right.
In a year or so.
No, you gotta love it. I like it. Listen, man, can't wait for the webinar. It's this coming Saturday, folks. We haven't had a webinar in a long time on a Saturday. It's 9 to 10:30. It's timely, no doubt. You want that executive summary with the webinar. You get the executive summary immediately. I have it right in my hand, folks, and it's a beauty. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. Now, as you're over at TFNN, folks, what we had done yesterday is that we just brought up the Tiger Dollar sale. That sale we only do twice a year. What that sale does is that you can make 20 to 30% on your money. You buy $500 in Tiger Dollars, you get $600. You buy 1,000, you get 20 to 25%. Sorry, you buy 1,000, you get $1,250. It's good for all product at TFNN, no expiration date, and they're totally transferable. If you take advantage of the Tiger Dollar sale, what you'll also get is I'm going to be doing the morning routine. I'm going to be doing 5 days. It's going to be from April 28th till May 2nd, 8 to 9 every morning, about what you should be looking for in the market. It's going to be live, and it will be archived on your page by 9:30 in the morning. Bud Rolfs, I heard that spring has sprung in New Hampshire.
It did, but I'm still didn't put my shovel away.
Aha. Don't put the shovel away, get the helmet on, and get the backpack out, right?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to war, Tom.
I love it. Hey, listen, okay, so we're going to switch targets now. How are the grandkids? Give us an update. All these tigers and tigers want an update out here.
Well, Nancy and I call my grandchildren the Magnificent Seven. I have 7 grandchildren.
You have 7 of them now?
The last
God.
The last 3 of the 7 are triplets.
The giver of life. I love it.
Yeah, the last 3 to arrive were triplets.
Oh, my God.
And I'm telling you, Tom, it's like 3 pet raccoons right now because they're 2 years old, and they are into everything.
That is so funny. You
can't trust them to do it. You know, they'll take the return vents out of the floor. You know, for the air handling systems. It's just you've got to watch them 24 hours. You're going to have 8 eyeballs in your head.
And there's 3 of them. That's even more fun. Now, are they boys or girls or a couple both?
2 boys and a girl.
I love it, man. Oh my God, that is so cool. And who has the triplets? So
my son Eric has the triplets, right?
And is that all he has? The triplets?
No, they have an older son too, Anthony. He's 7. And he's a junior babysitter now.
Junior babysitter. That kid's going to know children upside down. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is so cool, man. Well, listen, man, it's always a pleasure. I look forward to, of course, talking to you tomorrow, and look forward to the webinar this weekend, Bob.
Love you, Tom, and love all you Tigers out there. I really miss the TFNN job was the greatest job I ever had, and it was because of all the Tigers and Tigresses.
There's no doubt. Tell Nancy and the kids I said hi, all right?
Thank you very much.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.